Hey y'all, what's going on? It's your girl daivaloir. Y'all, I'm back again. I did say in my last video I was gonna do a story time on my breast reduction process. So all my girlies, you know, got big breasts and just ready to get it reduced down. This video is for you. This is not a video for, like, you know, cosmetics and implants and all of that. Nah, this ain't the video. This is for all my girlies who ready for that breast reduction, because I know I was, okay? But y'all, don't mind me because I was eating. I had made some little like burrito chicken taco. It's so good. I made it yesterday, but I put it in the air fryer. So yeah, and I got a sip on mine. Can't say, but yeah. Let's get into the video. My process with my surgery, I had got my surgery back in 2021, and I was just ready because I know that when I was like 16, like I always had big titties, let me not say that. I always had big breasts, but I was like, damn, like I'm the only one out of my friends group that got big old nuts. And I used to get so upset because, like, I can't wear what I want to wear. I be feeling like I'd be too big, like I'm big or something, but I'm not really. Like, my frame is little, but the breast was just making me feel like I was huge. So I would really get upset. And even through high school, like, I had, you know, big titties, and I didn't like that. Well, I always wanted, you know, smaller titties. Like, I always, you know, I thought about it for a real long time before I just wanted to go and get a surgery. I was like, I just, you know, thought of it off the dome and like, yeah, like I'm ready now. No, I really, like, you know, took my time, looked into it, thought about it and everything like that. So I was like, I'm ready. But the process, like, I think it, like, I don't really remember like the whole waiting and all that stuff, but I'm just gonna tell y'all like what I remember during my process. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, so 2021, I think it was in September, that's when I got my surgery. But before leading to the surgery day and everything like that, I did go to my primary doctor. I did ask them first to, like, give a referral, because I complained to them. I told them, like, was, you know, thinking about it and I want smaller breasts, and they seen that how large I was. They was like, okay, we can, you know, we're gonna talk about it, we'll send a referral, you know, to like the surgeons, and we can probably get this ball rolling. So I was like, yes, can't wait. Ooh, can't wait. So after, you know, I talked to my primary and, you know, complain. They did give the referral, and I think I had to wait. I don't remember like how long I waited, but I know I did wait. So after I waited, I think I got approved, and that's when I had to go to my initial like consultation, everything, talk to them about my goal, what size I want to be, and just talk about like my medical history. It's a lot that you gotta talk about, but yeah, so to talk about my medical history, my goals, the size I want to be, definitely conduct a physical examination, and like take my measurements and pictures like of the before, so we can definitely see like the aftermath of when I'm done. Definitely with my surgeon, we talked about like the risk factors and the benefits and everything, just going over all of that, and just the expectation for my results. And I also just like basically had to wait to see if I was a good candidate too, because at the time I forgot how much I weighed, but it does matter because like my BMI, because they want to make sure, I guess my BMI was like at a certain point, I guess, just so they can figure out like what type of size, you know, breast they want to, you know, give me. But I told them I want to be a C, like I wanted to be a C, but they was like no, because well, at first they was like, you know, try to lose weight, because that's what I was doing within the time before my surgery. I was trying to like lose weight, because if I did want to be a C, like my frame would have to be a little like, well, go down just a little bit so I can get a C. Because I wasn't gonna lie, I was a little big, like I was big, and I didn't want to be big and have like real small titties, you know. So I wanted to like get my body right so it can fit for the size. And I'm not gonna lie, like I didn't even, you know, achieve to make that goal, and I was so sad. I was so sad. So when I was talking to them, they were telling me like, because I told them I want to be a C, but they said you can't be that size, but you could be a D. And was it a D, or it was like a D or a double D? No, I think it was a double D. They said that I can be, but then I said no, I want to be a D. But they was telling me like if I be a D, then you know they would have to like construct like my this may be a little TMI and stuff like that and everything. Viewer discretion advised, I guess. But they was telling me like they would have to like cut my nipples off and then reattach them, and then I may not be able to breastfeed. Like if I do want to have kids in the future, I may not be able to breastfeed. But y'all, don't get discouraged, okay? So, like everybody's different, but don't get discouraged, okay? I was thinking about it. I was like, do I run the risk, you know, being a D, or just stick to being a double D, you know? I was just like, fuck it, you know, like I want to be small so bad, like give me the D. But then I had to really sit and think. Like I talked to my mom and everything, and it was like, no, just, you know, be a double D. You don't want to risk it because you may want to have kids, you know, because it was like I may not have no feeling in my nipples. I don't know how long, when the feeling, I don't know, but they said I wouldn't be able to breastfeed and things like that. So it did get me a little, you know, nervous and stuff, but I was still wanted to go with the process. Like I said, there's risk factors of things when it comes to surgery, so you just gotta be mindful. But like I said, don't get discouraged, don't be scared, you know, God had me, faith, everything, you know. But moving right along, after they did the whole, like when your doctor is talking to you, please listen, take notes, ask questions, especially ask the surgeon questions, so you know like how long they've been doing this, and being in their profession field, like ask them a lot of questions, because I definitely was. So you know, after I did my little consultation, you know, the next thing was they found me as a good candidate. So I was like so happy that, you know, I'm like about to be in the process of getting this surgery. Like I'm so happy. So yeah, so once they found that I was a good candidate, you know, it's time to like prepare for the surgery and everything. So, you know, before like my surgery day, I'm prepping. We're prepping now. Because like I said, I was trying to lose weight. Oh, my big girl. Like I said, lose weight and everything. But at the time of my surgery, like I said, I didn't achieve the goal. So yeah, I was prepping for my surgery. I did, for me, I did get an ultrasound done. Because I wanted to make sure, like, because they was like, you're not old enough to get no mammogram yet. Because, you know, mammograms, you get them done, I think, when you're like in your 30s and your 40s. And they was like, you're too young, girl, to get the mammogram. I said, I don't care. if I was too young, I said I want to make sure that I ain't got no cancer and no tumors and none of that stuff. Like, I was just telling them, oh, no lumps and all that. Like, I just was telling them, like, look, why do I have to be a certain age to get a mammogram? Like, I want my boobs checked too. I want to make sure that I'm good and I ain't got, you know, nothing going on up in there. But I told him, like, I want an ultrasound done. I want to make sure there's no lumps, there's nothing. Like, I want it done before I get the surgery too. So they gave me a referral for that. I went, I got the ultrasound done, and like I said, I sent all my paperwork, my documents, my medical history, everything they need to know so we can get this surgery up and going. I did that. So, you know, as I did the little ultrasound, you know, just to make sure my health is good, you know, gotta get my labs done, my blood work, definitely had to get that done, and, you know, send it over and stuff like that. So after that, you know, before the surgery, they definitely sent me like some real crucial, you know, instructions that I, you know, have to follow. And it's like, please read, listen, look at what they give you, because this is like your preparation of what you have to do before your surgery, and you want to make sure that you're doing exactly what they're saying, or whatever they give you for instructions. You want to follow everything so everything can go smooth, everything can go right. And this was everything, you know, leading up to my surgery date. Like I said, far as like the payment wise, like my insurance, you know, definitely had to what is it, they definitely had to, I guess, you know, like run my insurance just to see if, you know, if it's gonna pay for it, and it did. So I don't know what for everybody else, like if you do have insurance, you don't have insurance, like I said, you may have to pay out of pocket. Your insurance may pay for the whole thing, or your insurance may pay, you know, half, and then you have to pay out of pocket. It just depends who you with. It just depends who you with, for real. So, and like I said, I made sure I did everything I had to do so I can get approved for everything. And my insurance approved me once they sent the referral. I was a good candidate, you know, I did everything I had to do, so I was straight, I was good. And then it's surgery day. Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna lie, I was so scared, like going into the hospital. My surgery was so early in the morning. I think my surgery was like 7 in the morning. I had to really get up like early. And I know during surgeries, I know people, everybody had surgery before, you know, you ain't supposed to eat, you know, before your surgery day. I think you can't eat like before the day. Yeah, you can't eat before the day and on the day. So I'll say eat 3 days before the day. I don't know, but just don't eat before your surgery day. Don't eat on your surgery day. They're gonna tell you that. That's why you gotta get the instructions and read what they tell you to do, okay? And I don't know how long I was in surgery. I just know I would never forget, because it was cold, and they had me in these gowns, and I was rolling up into the surgical room like, okay, this is serious. This is getting serious now. This is serious. This is a real serious business, okay? So getting up in that surgical room, and you know, I just know they laid me down. It was really cold, and they laid me down. They put the little anesthesia in me, and all I know is they was singing some Nicki Minaj songs, just to, I guess, to like keep me calm until I go to sleep. All I know is they was singing that. They was singing one Nicki Minaj song, and then I was like smiling, and then I was knocked. I don't even know how long I was in surgery, but all I know is when I woke up, it's like 2 heavy things was just like sitting on my chest. Like I was like, oh my gosh, I was in so much pain. I was like, where the pills at? Like, give me something. Where the doctor at? Like, so I was like, where the doctor at? Because I'm in so much pain. And you know, I had my best friend on the side. She was like, you good, you good, you good. I'm like, nah. I was so high. Like, or whatever, off the anesthesia. What is this? But yeah, y'all, like, it was crazy. It was a lot, but I really felt so good. Like, my back was a relief. I didn't have to wear 2 bras, or feel like I'm not confident, because like it was so many things that was going through my mind. And like I said, thank God, you know, he was right beside me, you know, during the surgery process and everything while I was in surgery. But you know, overall, I definitely love that I got it done. And for all the girlies who definitely have, you know, their mindset on wanting a breast reduction, please, you know, definitely, yeah, definitely do it. Because like, it'd be certain things that I be wanting to wear, couldn't wear. Like I said, I just be feeling like I was big and stuff like that. I was tired of feeling like that. But don't get discouraged of like the aftermath, because my aftermath, oh, definitely for my aftermath, make sure you're moisturizing with like cocoa butter, shea butter, something, so you won't, like, your scars can heal very lovely. I wish I listened. I did it for a week, and after that week I stopped, because I was in so much pain. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I was like this, and at the time I was still in like school stuff. Like, my arms, I couldn't even bend my arms, move, wipe. Like, it was so hard to like to use the bathroom or to wipe myself, because like all of this is like, it's in pain. Like, they really had to cut me from all the way from my back here, and then they cut me all here, they went down, and they go around. Yeah, it's serious. Yeah, so they had to cut me on right there, and then it's times where like my stitch popped, because I was trying to rush to get back to work, and but I felt fine after the weeks went by, and I felt like, ooh, I can move my arms now. So my stitch popped, because like I said, I was trying to rush to get back to work, and I should have listened to the doctor and had to go back to the doctor so she can like fix my stitch and everything like that. Like, everything was just coming out, not a lot, but you see my fat like coming out of it. But yeah, it was serious, y'all. But like I said again, don't get discouraged. Just think about it, and if you feel like you want to get your breast reduction, do it. You're gonna feel so good. I had to wear 2 bras ever again in life, and now I am, yeah, I'm a double D, but boobs be growing, so I be in between like a double D, triple D sometimes. So yeah, so, but I don't regret it. I'm happy. I love the size that I am, because before my size was like a triple G or H. Let me tell you, I didn't even know we can go that far in bras, especially when I was young. Like, I didn't even know we could go that fucking far. I gotta get my shit customized and whatever. Like, no, like, I don't want to be customizing my bras. Like, I thought, you know, we stop at ABCD, but then you got elemental P and shit like that. Like, nah. But yeah, I was like a triple G, triple H. Yeah, right at. Yeah, it was a lot. I don't ever want to see that size again. I don't want to be that size again. Y'all, my bad. Hold on, y'all. I wish I still had my bras so I can really see the size I was and the bras that I have now. Comparing them together, y'all like, damn. Yeah, because I was shocked myself too. I was like, damn. But yeah, that's really it on everything, you know, my story on my process. So that's really it for my story time. You know, like, comment, and subscribe to your girl. Subscribe to your girl, okay? Yeah, so subscribe to your girl. Like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on all social medias. It's definitely going to be in the description down below. And I'm going to see y'all in the next video. So, bye y'all.